Hi, my name is Jane Powell. Welcome to Community Connections, brought to you by the Greater Kanawha Valley Foundation. This is a show showcasing community involvement, and I'm so happy to welcome you to our show today, Valicia Leary. Thank you so much. You are Executive Director of Children's Therapy Clinic, and I can't wait to hear about all the good stuff that is happening with your organization. I know you've got some new programs to tell us about. But before we jump into the new, why don't you tell me and our audience just a little bit about Children's Therapy Clinic?
Sure. We provide services to children in this community who have insufficient insurance or income, and that means that their insurance may limit the number of visits they might receive, or they may completely deny covering services. Unfortunately, insurance companies feel it's not medically necessary for a child to have speech therapy or occupational therapy, and we feel it is necessary because the children can make great gains by receiving those services young and as soon as they're available. So we provide services to that population. We do speech therapy, occupational therapy, physical therapy, and music therapy. And we also have an autism socialization program that has social groups for children who can help learn to interact with others.
Wow, that is a wide range of services that you're offering. And you also offer this to a wide range of children, like
Right.
age-wise, is that right?
Right. Typically our children are ages 3 through 18, school age, preschool through high school. They usually, when they're younger, receive services through West Virginia birth to 3, and then once they age out of that, they're calling us to try to get in for services at the clinic. And they live in Kanawha, Putnam, and surrounding counties. And they also have they have a variety of diagnoses. They may have autism, cerebral palsy, spina bifida, or just a speech delay.
Wow, such a needed service. And we should just say that you have a very qualified staff that work with each of these programs.
We have wonderful therapists. They're all trained in their specific area. They take continuing ed each year, and they're always up on the newest things. And they love working with the children and helping them. I say they have the hardest job. I'm the fundraiser and run the clinic, but they have the hardest job. But and I get to see the rewards from that. I get to interact with the kids and see them as they come, and it's so fun and so rewarding to see the differences they make.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And of course, your part in this organization is priceless. We know that. Tell us about what's new. I hear you have a new program that's kind of exciting.
We do. Late last fall, we, through the help of Greater Kanawha Valley Foundation with a grant, we began doing yoga with our clients. We have a physical therapist that comes in. She's trained to do yoga with many different populations, including children with special needs. And she, Deb Mattingly, she is also the one who does the yoga on Magic Island each Tuesday
great.
mornings
Yes,
early.
I have heard of that.
So she's around the community, but she helps the children, and it's nice because they can tailor it to their needs. We have some children who have some more physical limitations, and so we can do the yoga to make it easy for them. They may not stand, they do a lot of sitting poses. We could sit in a chair or sit on the ground. For the ones who can do more physical things, we can do standing yoga and do different poses that are more difficult for them. But it's been great. A lot of the families, we do it together. The parents come in. I do it with my daughter who has cerebral palsy. It's been great for her. The parents come in and they do it as a family. It's a nice thing to do together. They said their children rest better at night after they do the yoga. They're able to learn breathing techniques that can help calm them, and it's been wonderful to see, and it's just a lot of fun.
I love there's a family activity and that the family can take the class together.
We definitely encourage parents, even the therapists sometimes sit in.
Yeah, that's wonderful, and that you're seeing results from it. Yeah, that's really, really great. And it's something that their friends are doing, so they have another way to relate to all the other kids, right?
Well, and in our environment it's a little different. If they're a little loud or not so focused, whereas in a typical yoga class you might need to be a little quieter. It's nice that it's just an environment that everyone can participate on their own kind of terms and abilities.
I love that. I love that. Tell me some of the other fun things that are happening.
We have a busy fall coming up with some fun events and fundraisers for the clinic. We have a golf tournament in September. I believe it's Friday, September 7th at Little Creek Park in South Charleston. Star USA Federal Credit Union helps put that on for us each year, and so it's a great excuse to take off work on a Friday afternoon and come out and golf for the clinic. In October, we have a cruise on the river with the Amherst Madison Sternwheeler, excuse me. So that should be a fun event. And then in November, we're really excited for our second year of the Light the Way 5K, where participants can walk or run through the Christmas lights at Coonskin.
Oh, that's fun.
Yes,
Nice way to
yes.
kick off the holiday
Yes.
season.
And
So with each of these events, I'm guessing that you can use some volunteers.
we definitely can use volunteers, especially with the run. We'd like to have some people along the race route, either singing or playing Christmas music, help to guide the runners, because it will be in the dark through the Christmas lights. So we like to just kind of cheer them on as they walk or run through the lights. So if people are interested with volunteering to do that, they can call us at the clinic. We also have a lot of updates on our Facebook page. So if people want to know about the events, to please like us on Facebook, and they can learn about all those opportunities.
Yeah, so Facebook page and then your website have all the current information about how to participate or how to volunteer in any of these. And also, I'm guessing how to inquire about services that they might need for their family.
Yes, on our website, families can go on there. There is a place about our services where they can actually complete the referral form, and that gets emailed to us, and then we can send them an application for services.
And I'm sure this is all explained when you fill out the forms, but with insurance or payment, all that information is there as well.
Yes, we charge fees on a sliding fee scale. Most of our clients do receive free services due to their income, but that's all explained there, and they're welcome to call the clinic and speak with me if they have any other questions.
How long has Children's Therapy Clinic been doing this work?
The clinic has been around since 1935.
Oh, wow.
I have been the director since 2005, not quite that long, so.
Well, still a long time.
So we've been in different areas of the community in some form or fashion, but the clinic has a long history, and I hope to continue to grow and provide services to the children.
And I'm sorry, tell me again the geographic region.
Most of our clients are from Kanawha and Putnam County, simply because they have to travel to the clinic for services. But we do have some from Jackson or Boone or Lincoln counties and different counties surrounding those.
Okay, great. Tell me what else I need to know about Children's Therapy Clinic.
It's just a great place. I appreciate being able, like I said, to see the children and the stories over the years I've heard from the families. I know one client we had, the little girl came and she wouldn't even make eye contact. She wouldn't speak with us. And after a few years of services, she came in one time and looked right at me. I talked to her. She shook her head no, and then she raised her arms up for me to pick her up. And just to see that interaction, what she had learned to interact with others, make eye contact, and it's just amazing to see. We've had other parents write to us after their children discontinued services, and one mom said, my child came to the clinic, he learned how to tie his shoes and dress himself in the occupational therapy program. But in the social program, he learned how to interact with others. And she said the most important thing is he made a friend. And that was what made a difference to her, that her child was able to be like a typical child, and he made a friend. And that was, wonderful, because so many of these kids may be left out of activities or may have a hard time making friends because they're a little different or struggle with things. So it's nice to know, that he was able to do that.
Oh, it just warms my heart.
That's what I said. I have the best part. I get to see the benefits of what the therapists do with the families, and it's nice. We also have another family who their son is going through some medical issues at this time, and they do pay a fee for services because of their income. But they said, things were costing more than they anticipated with this other, and I said, you know what? It's okay. That's why we're here. We're here to help the families who may not be able to pay for these services, or their insurance may not cover it. And I said, we don't have to do that right now. So you don't worry about that. We're able to take those worries away from the parents. How are they going to pay for it? How are they going to get these services? So
one less thing for them to worry about.
Absolutely. They have enough to worry about. So.
And I can't imagine that the parents don't bond a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Just having another family that is going through the same experiences they are has to feel comforting to them.
Absolutely. They, I have a child with cerebral palsy, so that's even, I am able to talk with the parents, and we kind of share our stories. But as they're in the waiting room while the children are in therapy, it's nice to see them interact and ask questions, or what did you do when you needed this, or let me help you with, you know, getting some other things. And so it is nice. They become a family, they become a support system. The children, we found with some of the social groups, some of the parents said, oh, we're going to make some plans to get together outside of therapy. So it's nice they can continue that kind of friendship and getting a little bit more skills and things like that.
Is there an average time that a child is in therapy? Do they come for 6 months? Do they come for 6 years? Is that based on the individual?
It is. The thing is, our therapists, they evaluate them at the beginning of therapy. They set the goals, and then they evaluate them every 6 months or so to see how they're going forward on those goals and if they need to adjust them or add new ones. Unfortunately, we can't say in 6 months, in 3 years, and that's part of why insurance will not pay for therapy services, because you can't say the child should be able to communicate after this long of therapy. So every child is different, and they come, you know, for different times, but it's good we can evaluate that and see what they need. And then they can, you know, go forward. But once they've reached those goals, or once they've reached their performance levels, then they're discharged. But I've lost my train of thought now.
Well, no, I just think it's wonderful that there isn't a set time, that
Right.
they can come and they can experience the program for as long as they need to.
Right.
And that you're there to support them and with whatever they need for however long they need.
Right.
And you know, just like all of us, sometimes we're doing great, and then we have a little setback, and then we just need to pick up and move forward again. So that's wonderful.
Yes.
I like your stories. Tell me another story. I like hearing the stories of the children growing.
That's we had one mother, you know, write a letter recently, and she said that her son wasn't talking when he first came to the clinic, you know, and now he's just goes into a room and talks with others. You know, my daughter, that's how we learned about the clinic. I was a stay-at-home mom with my daughter, and she had cerebral palsy, and we found insurance wouldn't pay for the services, and so we were introduced to the clinic, thankfully, and became involved, and that's how I became the director. And she is now a senior in high school.
Wow.
Talking about college and things, so it's amazing that just the different gains that children can make with therapy services. You know, they can learn to get around in the community, they can learn to participate in different activities with their friends, and so it's a lot of good things that they can do.
Yes, it sure is. Wow. So your daughter is in high school?
Mm-hmm. She's a senior this year.
Oh, okay. So that's a big year for you.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that
It's just
senior year is
exciting.
big for everyone. So I just want to go back to again recap some of the programs that you're offering and some of the fundraisers. I know we talked about them, but I think they're important. So anyone that wanted information about the program would go to childrenstherapyclinic.com.
Yes.
And that is your website, or they could call your office at 304-342-9515 and get someone that will give them all the information.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you offer a wide variety of services: physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, music therapy, and again, the socialization programs.
And music therapy is fun too. That room is beside my office, and I can hear the kids. We have drums, we have different instruments they play to help work on their fine motor skills. They sing their songs. It's a fun
I love
therapy.
that. And so fundraisers coming up are on your Facebook page, but again, that's a golf tournament at Little Creek on September 7th, a Sternwheeler cruise the evening of October 4th, and a Light Your Way Christmas run at Coonskin on November 16th. Valicia, thank you so much for coming. I've loved learning about the activities coming up and about the therapy that you're offering to the community. I encourage everyone to check out the website.
Thank you.
Thanks. This has been Community Connections, brought to you by the Greater Kanawha Valley Foundation. Come back and see us next time.